Well, it's been a busy summer for bear sightings across the area. Earlier this week, we told you about a boy who survived an attack in Westchester, and just over the border in Connecticut, they're seeing an uptick in bear sightings as well. According to Connecticut's most recent State of the Bears report, sightings are up, bear encounters with humans are up, and in 2022, a record number of bears broke into homes. Fox 5's Richard Giacovas has more on a new law that allows people to shoot a bear if they feel threatened.
A 7-year-old boy who was attacked by a black bear cub in Bedford this week is thankfully on his way to recovery. But this latest bear attack comes on the heels of multiple bear sightings in recent weeks in nearby Greenwich, Connecticut, a state that has a law on the books that allows its residents to kill a bear if it poses a threat.
I think it's the wrong thing to do.
I think especially if it's a child, I think that would, to me, supersede the bear's right.
Human-bear interactions in Connecticut have been on the rise in recent years. The state has seen its bear population multiply, prompting Governor Ned Lamont to sign a bear self-defense bill into law earlier this summer.
I have really mixed feelings about it because, I think that people have the right to protect themselves, but I also think, we live among wildlife and that's going to happen sometimes.
The new law allows residents to stand their ground if a bear threatens harm to them or their pets. It states that a Connecticut resident can shoot and kill a bear if the person, quote, reasonably believes the bear can seriously hurt them or if it is trying to enter a building with people inside. State Senator Stephen Harding voting in favor of the new law.
It addresses the bear population. It also helps individuals understand better, more explicitly in the law, when they're able to protect themselves and their families.
But not everyone is feeling that humans should just start shooting bears, even if it's in self-defense.
A bear doesn't understand where it is or where it's, what's going on around it, so I think it's just as scared as we are.
According to the State Environmental Agency, the bear population here in Connecticut is between 1,000 to 1,200 bears, with home entries here in the state reaching an all-time high. But even with a significant bear population, Connecticut is the only state in the Northeast without a bear hunting season. No word from the Connecticut governor whether he'd ever allow it. As for the residents, even here in Greenwich, the best advice, be on high alert. We're in Greenwich, Connecticut. Richard Giacovas, Fox 5 News.